Hello, lovely sim racers. I'm Constantinos, and this is Lovely Sim Racing. Welcome to the stream tonight. I skipped the stream last night. I skipped it. Although I did do a race, but offline. As I said, I want to focus a bit on my score, which didn't go really well. But the goal of yesterday's not streaming the session was that I wanted to work a bit on the pit wall. You know, not get distracted or anything. So I focused on that. So Lovely Dashboard version 2.6.5 is in front of me. It is complete as far as I know. There might be one small change. Actually, two things I'm waiting on. Two things. One is with Daniel Crinson. We're going to do a test tonight after the live stream, just to make sure that driver swap works with a new Delta. And, you know, it's still something that I'm working on. And with Nicola from SimHub, we basically introduced a brand new property in SimHub that bypasses the game Delta if it's a driver swap. Because I can explain again, like on the previous stream, I got into really deep details on why it's not working properly. And I can do that again too, if you want. I can do that again. And the second thing is I want to work a bit on the configurator. So anyone downloading the new version 2.6.5 will be able to change the labels of the rotary dials on their Ascher Racing steering wheel. Currently, only because there is no configurator, the dashboard actually can accept new labels. It's set up, it's ready. But since the configurator isn't in place, it can't be done. So these are the two things that I'm waiting on. Maybe we can have them, but the target is releasing 2.6.5 on Friday alongside Pitwall version 1 beta 10. Beta 10. Before I get into that, and this is what we will be working on today. Let's say hi to the chat. Kevin, hello. How are you, man? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to this corner of the world. Tiago, how you doing? Not bom dia. It's too late for bom dia. And Martin, hello, Martin. Done shopping? Ready for cooking? Let me know what you're having. All right. I got so many things to talk about. There's a brand new partnership underway. Until we finalize things, I won't name them, but again, a new partnership. I still haven't gotten the GT Neo. It's en route. It's en route. I don't know where it is exactly. It's somewhere in Europe right now, so I have no idea where it is. Kevin, if you are using the dashboard and pitwall for your streams, get ready to be pleasantly surprised with the Friday release of the pitwall. I'll get into details why. Tiago, good to hear, man. Bruno, hello, Bruno. How you doing? Campy, welcome to the stream. I am fine. I'm fine. I haven't discussed this at all. Next week I will be completely offline. Well, not completely offline. I just won't be streaming. I won't be in the rig next week. I'll be away. I'll be taking a week off, break from work and from everything, and do a little traveling. And so I'll be back the week after that. So the week of the 30th of April, or is it 29th of April? I will be back. I'm actually back on the 30th, Tuesday. But I don't know if I'll be able to stream on Tuesday. I'll probably be very tired because it's going to be a really long trip getting back. So probably on the May 1st, I'll be doing my first post-break stream. So I'll be away next week. So this is why I want to get everything done this week. So on Friday, the goal is to release Pitwall and all the lovely dashboards 2.6.5. Banksy Le Banter Fam. Oh, well, thank you very much, Banksy Le Banter Fam. Love your name. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. If you want to support, you can go to lsr.gg/membership. You can become a member. It's the best way to support the project. It is a monthly membership. There are 3 tiers. By becoming a member, you gain access to all the latest releases. For example, this Friday, I'm going to be releasing the lovely dashboard and all the dashboards for that matter, 2.6.5. All the changes that have been applied and will be applied are in the roadmap in the Discord. But this Friday, I'm also going to be releasing the pit wall. So if you're a pro member and above, you also have access to the pit wall. Oh, Campy. Okay, yeah, Campy. Okay, good. Now I realized it. All right, Federico, Campy. Okay. All right, so yeah, I didn't see that double E as an I. So it's fine. Guys, in the chat, we currently have Martin Ascher of the well-known family Ascher products. And Federico Campi is from Grey Wolf Technologies. If you don't know them, look them up on in your browser. Grey Wolf makes these amazingly awesome steering wheels as well. And they're in the chat. So I'm assuming they're in the chat and they can answer questions too if you have any questions for them. I guess the top question that everyone had for Martin Ascher was, when will the wheel be released? No one's asking anymore. It was released on Monday. I know a lot of people that actually have purchased it, so they are one of the first that are getting it. Hopefully, if you do choose to go with this steering wheel, you will use my my code. It helps a lot for the channel, and you also get a 5% discount as well. Kuroshine, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all the kind words and good words for the dashboard. Yeah, I'm trying to deliver the best possible experience. Again, this whole project takes a lot of time. Like whoever has been following me for the past couple of years streaming, and I think this is the 16th session Chill Chat and Dev, which is I'm astounded. 16 sessions Chill Chat and Dev, and Chill Chat and Dev are probably like the best live sessions I have, like with the most people on and tuning in and asking questions, and very live. So I really appreciate these. But whoever's been following me knows how much work is actually going into the project, and eventually I would really love this project to become I guess I wouldn't call it my full-time job, because this is not a job. This is actually really fun to do. Yeah, I would just really like this thing to be able to provide enough so I can work on it more. And that's the goal. That's the goal. So if anyone wants to support in any way, becoming a member is probably the best thing you can do. It's really low memberships, 1, 3, and 9 euros. The 3 euro membership, the pro membership and above, also get the pit wall, which today, this is what I'll be showing you. Okay, can't be. I'll just call you Federico. Sounds better. As we're gathering around, I will start talking a bit about what's in store for tonight. And I may be doing just maybe some AI race or just fun stuff on the Nordschleife. I may be logging into a server, but it doesn't really make sense. Like it's more about the race. But what I want to show you is the massive improvement in performance. So I had one last hurdle for the pit wall, which was when I would join the Nordschleife. It didn't matter if it was 100 cars or by myself. The moment I joined the Nordschleife in a race session, in a race environment where you'd have the radial, the circular graph with all the turns, the dashboard would basically die, would be dead of resources. So that's what I fixed yesterday. So yesterday I made some improvements, and it improved performance on the Nordschleife specifically. And it's not the Nordschleife, it's any track that has a gazillion turns. So specifically the Nordschleife has 56 turns. They're not 56 turns on the Nordschleife. There's like 100 and whatnot. I don't know. Martin, you know how many turns are on the Nordschleife. Dan, welcome to the stream. Dan, you know how many turns are in the Nordschleife. Have you counted them today? I saw you were racing all along. You know how many turns there are. But in the track data that I provided, it's basically the Nordschleife is not just, it doesn't go turn by turn as you'd find in a traditional track, it's segments. So you have like 2 or 3, a sequence of turns, it has a name. So there's 56 segments in the track data. And usually you'd have a track maybe like have, you know, 13, 17 turns. When you have 56, it actually consumed a lot of resources. So that's what I focused on yesterday. So that's why I didn't stream at all. I just wanted to fix that and be ready for a release end of the week. And I did. And I did. Nordschleife is a bit more processor consuming intensive, whatever you want to call it. But every other track, man, the pit wall is so smooth right now. It is so smooth. Oh, chat. Tiago, so we don't need to pester for the stickers. Are they in the oven? Tiago, there are things being brewed. And we'll see how it works. We're basically discussing a few options that we have with Martin regarding the stickers. I will have more in May. I will have more information in May, basically. I want to take this break, this week off, reorganize my thoughts, and come back and let you know, guys, know exactly how and what we're going to do regarding the sticker sheets, or all this, like the stuff that I have here on my own, and we'll see about how it's going to be done. But we have discussed with Martin, we have sort of a plan on how to do it, but there are issues that are beyond our reach. So we'll see how that works out. I will let you know the moment I know, honestly. Uh, 170-ish. Yeah. No, it's not. No. It's no, Dan, you're not delayed. I also read chat. I'm slow in this because, you know, I talk and then I look at the chat and it's already been said and done. But eventually, there's a lot of turns on the Nordschleife. But again, as I said, the Nordschleife isn't about turns; it's about segments, and that's what we have in the track data as well. So it's, you know, a sequence of turns is one segment. It's got a name, and it's around 56, I think, in total. And those are in the pit wall. But as I said, we'll be testing the pit wall. We will be testing the pit wall live in a replay session, a race session I did on Monza yesterday. So you'll see how well it performs. And if I feel like it, maybe I'll just join. So, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to join. It makes sense to join a race, but I'm not gonna drive tonight. I'm drunk. I'm not drunk. I haven't drank any alcohol. I'm drunk as in I can't drive for shit. I honestly can't drive, not today. Martin Ascher, 73 turns. Oh, so you have counted them. Martin, I'm pretty sure it's 170. I'm pretty sure. Jason, how you doing, man? All good? Travis, welcome to the stream. Martin, is it? Oh, it's 73? Really? I thought it was more. Like, I was looking at it when I was doing all the research for the track data. I was almost sure it's like 140 something. But I don't know what you're counting as 73. Are you counting the segments or actually turns? You know, unique turns, like a corner and a corner and a corner is one segment for you, or more. I don't know. Okay, there it is, 140 corners. That makes sense. That makes sense. So Martin, maybe you want to review my track data. If you say 73, I'm assuming it's 73 segments. Maybe you'd like to review them. It's lovely track data. If you Google it, it's on my GitHub. I created an organization now, so all the projects are under Lovely Sim Racing and not my personal GitHub account. But if you Google it, you will find it. You can create a pull request. You can create a branch and then create a pull request and add it back. And as I said, the track data is live data. So if someone makes a change to the repository and creates a pull request and it's merged back into the main branch, then anyone using the dashboard doesn't need to update. It'll just pull in the data, which is kind of awesome because it decouples the dashboard from the data displayed for each track. The reason is I can't control all the data, and I don't want to. The original dashboard had the track data inside the dashboard, which meant if I wanted to add a track, I would have to release a new dashboard, which makes zero sense, especially for tracks. And especially being the tracks are so many, and many sims as well. It's not just one sim. This way, having it in its own repository, you can jump in, like someone has already made a pull request for a Formula 1 track, and they said they'll be adding more. So basically, you just need to follow the format of the file, jump in your favorite sim, create a replay in SimHub, or however you want to do it, collect the data, create a branch, push it in there, create a pull request, and I just pull it in, and you're done. Like, there's nothing more to do with the dashboard. Will work. Plus, the track data is free for everyone to use. I'm not going to use it in any commercial way or not. It's always going to be open, so everyone can contribute, and all the data that you contribute can be used in the Lovely dashboard, and anyone who wants to. Honestly, I'm not going to control it. It's open for everyone. I just created the format that works with the Lovely dashboard and the pit wall specifically, and I have options for extra information if you want to add your own. I don't know. It's not going to harm. It's the JSON file, so it's not really going to harm anything. And yeah, you can basically do what you please and collect data for yourselves and use them in the Lovely dashboard if you want to, for any sim and any track you want. Yeah, Martin, I will agree regarding the button caps. I will agree regarding the button caps. They really are nice. Kuroshine said if I wanted to tinker with the extension to improve data handling for another sim, should I follow that process? If you're referring to the track data is completely separated from the dashboard. For the dashboard, if you want to improve on it, you can, of course, if you remember, use the latest version. You can suggest changes. I'm always open to any change. And if it's something that I can use and you're okay with it, I can put it back in. But it's got to be something of value. Like, it can't be something specifically done for your particular taste. It's got to be something that more people would want to. That's why I'm very careful of what I'm adding into the dashboard. I try not to just bloat it up, or at least when I do add more things, I try to make it a bit more usable and, you know, as a better experience, basically. So yes, I'm completely open to any suggestions and ideas. All right, let's take a look at the pit wall. Let's just start with that. Let's start with the pit wall. As I said, the dashboard has been updated. There's the roadmap on the Discord. You can see exactly what's going to be updated on Friday for 2.6.5. I'm just waiting for two things that I'll be doing tonight. Right after the stream, I'm going to be joining a session and doing some testing regarding the driver swap. If you want, before I go into the pit wall, I can re-explain what the problem is with SimHub, what Nicolas from SimHub has done according to my suggestions, and what I'm expecting and how I'm expecting this thing to work. So if you want, I can go through that again. Christo, kalispera. Yeah, I can only imagine how scary the Nords. Like, let's be honest, all racing is scary. Unless it's sim racing, where it's just fun. The closest I've been to the Nords is watching the YouTube channel and people crashing in their cars. Oh my god, I feel sorry for the cars. All right, let's no one wants to hear about the problem with the dashboard, so we can get into the pit wall. All right, so this version over here, let me switch over to this screen here, which is larger. So this screen over here is it's a test version, basically. It's what the actual, and when I say test version, I already have the actual pit wall, but this version has been converted to use the same components as the dashboard. So the pit wall now, in this test version, is using the exact same components as the dashboard. This is important because this will help development. What has happened up until version 1, V1 beta 9, was that I had created a separate series of widgets for the pit wall, which also means that if I make a change on the dashboard, I have to redo the entire change for the pit wall. That's why it takes so much time. That's why we haven't had a pit wall for so long. If I wanted to make a change, I had to redo everything. And when the dashboard has gone like 1, 2, 3, 4 versions ahead, it would take like 2 or 3 weeks just to update the pit wall. The changes that I've done to the dashboard, though, most recently I've been speaking about performance updates on the dashboard, and I found the memory leak on the dashboard, which was discovered because of the Nordschleife, because it's such a huge track. It made it more prominent, and I realized where the error could be, and I fixed it. And that single change in code improved the dashboard, and all of a sudden gave life to the pit wall. So the pit wall, if anyone's using version, beta 9 right now, will notice that the more you use it, the slower it gets and sluggish it gets, and depending on the track, Nordschleife will kill it. So I implemented that change, and all of a sudden, that's no issue. There's no memory leak anymore. So now the pit wall is working healthy, very healthy, especially on like normal tracks. It's perfect. On Nordschleife, it might have kind of a lag, but it doesn't die. It doesn't have a memory leak at any point in time, so it doesn't degrade performance. And when I did that, and I realized that that could be fixed, then I reverted all the changes that I've done all along, and just use the widgets that are coming from the dashboard. And the version that I have in front of me is basically that. It's the exact same components coming from the dashboard. This is important from a development standpoint. It is important because when I make a change to the pit wall or a change to the dashboard, I can exchange these widgets directly. I don't need to recreate the changes, which means working on the dashboard, if I add a new widget or whatever, I can just drag it and drop it in the pit wall, and the pit wall will have those updates. The pit wall does not have a theme, but it does have theming in it right now because I'm using the same exact code. Even the JavaScript is the same. So all of this will make it easier. It took a lot of time to get here because obviously I've been focusing on the dashboard, but now it's the pit wall's turn. And yeah, I can run. What do I want to do today on the actual pit wall? Dan, don't worry, something's gonna happen with that auto updating. Yeah, look, at least I have the little notification that says there is an update. Yeah, but an auto updater is it's not out of the question. It's something that I've been looking at. So yes, there's going to be a plugin that'll breathe the fresh air of performance and more features. And deeper integration with the Discord and memberships and everything. And 2 could also be an auto updater, because honestly it's just a file. Like, I can have an auto updater, but it would need to run in the background to check if there's an update, and if there is, it lets you know. And these are all things that I've already thought of. It's just I don't have time. Like, I need to find either someone to help me out with these things, or I need to do them on my own. And yeah, for me, it's a learning curve as well, because I'm not a programmer in Windows. And I actually started taking short lessons in C#, and I've started working on the plugin. But obviously, as I said, I'm not, a programmer by profession, so it's more of a hobby. So I can start something or have someone help me, but that's the idea. That's the gist. Trying to get this thing rolling. All right. So one thing that I always do, I'll just keep this thing here. I don't know where to put this. Basically, it's important to understand. Like, let me do the. Wait, I need to change. I need to organize my thoughts. All right, let's just put it here. I'm gonna run the Nordschleife. don't need this. Leave it on the side. So look at this. Now, this is one of the problems that I had. And you can see the pit wall. This is the pit wall that's running the test version, running the exact same code and widgets as the dashboard. And you'll notice that it works very, very smooth. I'm actually very proud of this thing. And this is what's going to be released on Friday as well. So you can see, you basically can see like the throttle, the relative arrow, the track map, how it's working. And you will see that even though it'll be running for, let's say, I'll just leave it like for the next 5 minutes or something, you will see that it's running very smooth. And this was never the case. If I load up the previous version beta 9, it will die. It dies on Nordschleife. It cannot work. But here, check this out. Like, look at the throttle and brake. It's just working, you know? And this is what I fixed yesterday, last night. So last night I worked on this specifically for... I keep on saying specifically, but it's not actually true. I worked with the Nordschleife on ACC, but not specifically for the Nordschleife. The Nordschleife just introduces so much more information that the dashboard and pit wall had issues coping with it. So last night I loaded up this specific session, which is an AI race, which I did very poorly on because I was more looking at the dashboard than the racing, but it doesn't really matter. So you can see I'm somewhere in between the GT4s, and you can see the performance. Oh god, yeah, it's Nordschleife. Actually, let me see something. Is that coming from the track data, or is that I need to fix that? Let me check something. Dan found a typo. Who was it that found the previous one in the Ascher site? You guys should become like the typography cops or something. Let me go to the track data. I want to see if so this is something I want to check. If it's an issue with the track data. Nürburgring 24. Right, okay. So picture this. Okay. Let me pause the... This is why I love the whole track data thing. It's the repo. Good. You saw it, and this is what this is. Right, this is the repository. This is online right now, right? So this is actually the problem. So I have permission, because it's mine, I can just edit this directly, and it's Nordschleife. Dan, is this correct now? Is this spelled correct? Nordschleife. Actually, I think it is spelled correct right now. So because I can commit directly, I just commit these changes. I need to see as well. Propose the changes, blah, blah, blah. Create a pull request. I still do need to create a pull request. Merge pull request, confirm merge. So now this change, as of now, it is corrected. If I go to ACC and go to Nürburgring, there it is, correct. So let me move that out of the way. Now, of course, the pit wall. So this is one thing that it won't show up. I don't think it'll work directly. Even if I refresh, will it take the changes? Not sure. No. So this, because I'm kind of creating a cache inside of SimHub, it either will take around like 4 or 5 minutes to do that, or I can just close SimHub, and let's do that. Let me kill SimHub and restart it, and see, it should take the new name. Let me just restart SimHub. Oh my god, nuclear reactors and spelling, that would be very, very stressful. Alright, let me load up the session on the Nordschleife. And, you know, the name should be correct now, to be honest. I still haven't taken it. Yeah, well, there is some sort of caching. Actually, let me check something. Don't you guys love live demos? track name is coming from the track name, track data. Yeah, it's coming from the live site. So it's just cached now, right now, and it'll take its time. But it will be updated. But that's the idea. So if you find a mistake, any mistake, if you find a mistake on the track, maybe a turn is not in the exact location that it is, you can just go and create a branch on the GitHub repository, make the change that you want on the file, and create a pull request. I will review it. Usually, because I can't test it and I won't test it, I will merge it unless it's something like it's got to be an obvious mistake. Like there were 3 or 4 mistakes that I had where the start of the turn and the end of the turn were either the same or really small. And I also had a marker, which the marker in the code basically describes where the apex is, which I'm probably going to get rid of. I'm thinking of getting and simplifying the file, but the marker was outside of the bounds of start and end, so that was an obvious mistake. And I just, you know, merged those in. Now there it is. Voila! The name has been corrected. Told you so. It takes some time. I think it's like I have like 320 seconds cache for this thing, so it just takes its time. No, Rensport is not. Rensport does not have any support for telemetry, as far as I know. Honestly, I don't think so. They eventually might have, but I have Rensport. I haven't updated it or anything, but I have it. And last time I checked it, it was dead. Didn't have much. So I mean, even Le Mans Ultimate, they're not updating their telemetry. I don't know if you saw one of the latest change logs in SimHub, where Nicolas just he doesn't bash them. He just disabled traction control and ABS and all the other telemetry coming from LMU because it was false. It was wrong in bad telemetry, bad data. So he disabled it, and in his changelog he says, "Is anyone listening?" from LMU, fix your telemetry. So there's not much you can do. Like if they don't deliver telemetry, it's the same thing with Gran Turismo 7. I have, who is it in my Discord saying like, when will support it? I can support it, but if there's no data, then there's nothing for me to support. Like I have nothing to do with that. There's nothing there to support. So as long as the data exists, I can use it. My God, I'm so oh, you have no idea how happy I am with the pit wall. Just look at it on the Nordschleife. Damn thing is smooth as butter. And this is the Nordschleife. Like if I load up, let me load up another race. Let me load up the Monza race, which is a race I did last night. Fun and all. So this is the race start. I'm gonna go directly to the green light because, all right, we're starting. One thing I want to fix is the two. Oh, so many things I want to talk about. Don't mind if my thoughts are here and there. So you can see how the rings are on the track map right now. The circular rings, those describe, you know, stop and go and a drive-through and whatnot. Now these rings are not in the dashboard. They're coming from the track data. So yes, in the track data, you can, per class, add a delay. So if you know what the drive-through is, your average drive-through is for a GT3 car, you can put it in seconds. And you can put up to 4, I think, delay times per class, and they will show up like that. And one thing I want to fix is, now that there's no data right now, because this is using the average lap or the best lap, I think, or your last lap, it's using that information to get the percentage of the entire track where 23 seconds is, basically. So kind of gives you an approximate estimate if you do a drive-through now where you'd come out. But I need some time reference to do this. So now it doesn't have any time reference. Once I complete a valid lap, you'll see those two rings taking shape and form. So I think one is a stop and go, the other one is a drive-through. Tiago, it doesn't really matter, especially on ACC. You can change the colors to anything you want. In the dashboard, I am not adhering to any color specifically. In the dashboard, I'm taking whatever color you have in SimHub. And let me move over here, just show you class colors. So you go to car settings in class colors, you can set whatever color you want. This is GT3 and GT4. So you can set it any which way you want. This does not work, like in iRacing, it's not always the case, but I don't set the colors. The colors are coming from SimHub. Let's see, once I complete a valid lap, those two round graphs should be fixed. But again, it works very, very smoothly. This race is only GT3. This is LFM. This is last night's race I had. As you can see, I dropped a few positions, but then I gain a few positions, and then I get punted in T1, and I lose a few more positions. It wasn't a bad race. It wasn't bad. I gained yellow, but I lost the SAR because someone was being very, very pushy. There it is. You can see the graphs now are working, which is exactly how it should be. But this is only after I had a valid lap in. So what I want to do is basically just take a look at the data, and if there's nothing there, don't show anything. And once I have valid data, then show the two the circular graphs. But again, I'm just so stoked how smooth the pit wall is. You all know, like whoever's been using the pit wall knows my concern regarding the performance. And I think I cracked it. I didn't crack it. I think I found the reason why it was so bad. And it's the same thing for the dashboard. Like once I solved that, damn, everything just started working. Everything started working fine. Like look at the map. Look at the circular graph. It's so smooth. It might feel a bit more chunky or clunky, or call it whatever you want, on a Nordschleife, because it's just so much data. But again, nothing. It doesn't degrade. It does not degrade. Kevin, yes. For this, I wouldn't. I would not have it. I wouldn't have anything there. For the fuel in the dashboard, I have it because you're switching pages and you eventually go to a page, and it doesn't make sense to not have anything there. It just says, you know, collecting data. But for these two, if I completely hide them, it doesn't make a difference for the UI. It's not there. There's no data, so you're not seeing anything. So once you have data, they will just appear. I think it makes sense. Jason, you have no idea the amount of work. You have no idea. You have no idea. Well, you might have an idea, but it's a lot. It's a lot of work. Funny enough, I enjoy it. You know how, like, this is what a hobby is, right? When you do a lot of stuff, work, and not get paid for it, or actually pay for it, because this is a lot of time going into this. But thankfully, I have a lot of members and support, and hopefully those members will increase, and hopefully will make this thing worthwhile, something I can pay the bills with, you know? Thought was, if people don't see the circles, they will think it's broken unless they know. Well, Kevin, so there's this is kind of like a UX pattern that I forgot what it's called. Doesn't really matter. The point is that you only show the information that's available and useful in certain contexts. It's not a wrong UX. Oh, Jason, thank you, man. Oh, you're so good. Thank you very much for the support, dude. Thank you. So the idea is in UX, you can do this. It's not a bad practice where you show information only when it's relevant and within context. Actually, it's preferred. So you might have, so it depends on the case. So let's say you have, let's say for a navigation, for a menu in an app, right? And you have specific functions that someone expects to use, but they're expected because that's how this is how, like, apps work, for instance. So you're expected to see X, Y, and Z as a feature, as a function. And if you tap on, let's say, share, and you expect to see share to email, SMS, and AirDrop for the iPhone. If in any way none of these are available, and I have a button that says share, and I tap on it and there's nothing there, that's wrong. because I tapped on share, I expect to see something there. So what you would do is basically have those disabled. Or if you're smart enough and your app is smart enough, the share button would be disabled in the first place if there's no option available, but you wouldn't remove it because you're expected to see it there. On the other hand, if it's an option to, let's say you're looking at a product and there's a button that says find similar products, right? And there's no similar product. That doesn't exist because it's a unique product, whatever. Then it's no mistake in not including that button at all, hiding that button, because it's extra information. It doesn't really dictate the experience you're having with the product. The button, let's say add to cart, you would not remove that. It's expected and people are expecting to see it. If you need to select a size before adding to cart, you would have it disabled, but it would be there. But having a button that doesn't actually, it's just an add-on value to the experience you're having, the context you're in, it's okay. And this is exactly the same thing here. Like if I don't see those lines, if those lines don't give me any information, it doesn't harm to hide them. Only show them if they actually add value. Otherwise, I have my turns, I have my sectors, I have my map, everything is in there. So it's okay to not show it. So let's see if we can fix that first. There's that, and one more thing that's coming. Okay. Well, actually, let me show you the stuff that are coming. So where is it? So this, I need to go to another replay, which will break. I know it's going to break. I just want to go to a multi-class race. So this is what it looks like in qualifying, but let's go to the race. This is on the Nürburgring. So one thing that's coming, everything you see on this dashboard on the pit wall will be on Friday. So you will have all of this on Friday. One thing that was missing and a lot of people have asked for is this. So I click on a button on my Stream Deck. It takes some time, but this class only. So now you only see your class, not the entire thing. And you can switch and go from entire leaderboard to class only. And when you go to class only, you'll notice that even the map on the right hand side, not the map, sorry, the circular graph dismisses all of the other classes. So now on the right hand side, you only see your class going around in a circle. On the actual map, I can't hide them. There's no way for me to manipulate the map in that way. The map is drawn by SimHub, so I can't do that. But you can see that now you only see your class information. And also you can see on the top bar, it says position out of 4 out of 13, where if it was the leaderboard, you'd see 4 out of 25 cars. So now you know you're fourth in your class. You also can see the class best instead of the overall best. So at this point, because they're GT3 cars, a class best is the overall best, which is fine. But you only see your class. There is a bug here. There is a bug in this leaderboard. I need to figure it out. I haven't, but I will. And so that's also coming on Friday. And I just keep on saying it. I'll just keep on saying it as well. It is smooth as butter. It is smooth as butter. Look at the throttle, the graph. This wasn't like this. This was absolutely not like this. I mean, if you've used the pit wall, I've been frustrated more than you have. I'm just so happy. All right, so this is coming on Friday. So you'll have overall and class best. Just so you know, because this is a web, like the way I'm using it now in OBS, what you're seeing now is just a web browser. I mapped this in SimHub in the Dash Studio. So if you're using this on a device, on a monitor, and you're running it natively on the monitor, you can target the device controls. We've already gone through this on SimHub. But if you're running it like on the DDU or anything, you want to go to the device and go to controls and add the controls for that specific device so you can control it. But when it's used as a web object, web browser, you want to go to Dash Studio controls. And that's what I've done now on my Stream Deck. I just have mapped the Dash Studio control to go to the next screen and the next screen. There's only 2 screens right now in the pit wall, which is the class and the overall. So now I'm using my Stream Deck, just clicking on it, and it can go. And I can also add this if I wanted to to streamer bots. So you as a viewer can just type a command in and switch between these two. You can do all this kind of shit. I mean, it's fairly simple now. And what else? So this is what you're gonna get on Friday. Smooth as butter. Oh man, I'm so happy. What does it look like for iRacing? People have asked. Let's go load something for iRacing. So it has been done for iRacing. It's not perfect. Let's see, do I have a track? So let's go look at a track that doesn't have something. Algarve. I don't think I've got Algarve. Wait, sorry. I did show this. The reason that there's a red bar there only on the pit wall is because, I'm just letting you know how this thing works. The red bar is because this is a test version and it's its own dashboard. It's not the official lovely pit wall. It's a separate duplicate dashboard. The name of the dashboard is basically a copy. So when I go and check the version, it's now currently checking for that copy, but there is no data for the copy name. So it's just returning some false and it just gives an error there. So that red thing obviously won't be there. It's not a mistake. I just didn't bother because I don't care. Everything you see here will be going to the actual branch of the pit wall. So I can't be bothered by this. Okay, let's start off. Let's do Algarve. All right, so you can see this is a qualifying or practice session. Not much to see here, but what's different compared to ACC are the widgets. So on the right hand side now, because we don't have, first of all, we don't have live tire data, but we do have tire data after the pit stop. So I'm including the tire data, not the average tire data. So we have that there. Instead of the average tire data, I'm including the status of your car. So you have like, you know, temperatures and all that kind of stuff. Then we have iRating and incidents. Yes, iRating and incidents are coming for iRacing. And the bottom right, I don't know, I just put the radar. I don't know what else. Like, I don't have any more information extra for iRacing. But that radar is actually pretty cool. And I'm thinking of pulling it back into the dashboard as well. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think the radar inside the dashboard would make sense? If you want it, I can add it. It's already done for the pit wall, so it's rather easy for me to just pull it in and add it as a widget in the dashboard. So you can see incidents. Let's go and see what happens with an incident. No incidents? Really? Who was driving? There it is. It's flashing 7. And it also gives you your iRating gain or loss. Someone has mentioned that the iRating gain or loss isn't accurate. And I have a lot to say about that. Not being accurate. So I had this is all based on the Romain Rob plugin. So I'm if you're using iRacing, you should download the Romain Rob plugin. It's in the steps in the installation when you're downloading and installing it for the first time. Dashboard, it's all in the steps there. But I'm only using the Romain Rob plugin for this specific thing, for incidents and iRating, and I'm not even using it for license anymore. I think SimHub provides the license. But the iRating gain or loss is coming from the Romain Rob's plugin. I had this a long time ago. Like when I first created the plugin and I did ACC, and the first time I moved to iRacing, I added that. And everyone was like, oh, it's not accurate. Oh, it's not accurate. No, it's not worth seeing because it's not accurate. And I removed it. And like the very next day, everyone's like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where's the iRating? I want to see my iRating gain and loss. And the conversation was, but no one wanted it because it wasn't, accurate. I can't do anything about it. I don't calculate it. And the conversation shifted to something like, it doesn't matter if it's not accurate, at least I can see approximately what's happening. So guys, realize this. I don't control that data. It's coming from the Romain Rob plugin. If it's not accurate, it's not my fault. It is in the pit wall now. It's also in the dashboard as well. I'm also including the incidents, and if there's a max incident number, it'll also write it in that box over there. So let's see if I can switch out to a different track. And just so you know, right now you can see this is lone qualifying session. This is what it looks like. You'll see that the map doesn't really change, and even if I go into a race, it still doesn't change. The only reason this happens is because I do not have the track data on the repository. Now, if someone wants to add the track data for the specific track, you can go to the lovely track data, create a new file, create a branch, create a new file, name it. All the instructions are in the repository, how to do that. Create a new file, add all the information you want, create a pull request, I pull it in, and once it's merged, the next time you open the pit wall, it will have the circular graph and it will have everything in there. So it's completely up to you. Like, I don't do iRacing, so I don't have the time to collect that data. I've done everything for ACC and the Nordschleife, but I don't have time to do any other sim. So if you guys want to, if you guys want to see more data, you're free to add as much data as you want. Alrighty. Let's look at a track that actually has. Let's do, I think it was, what did Martin give me? I think he gave me this. This is a race. No. This is his practice session. Is this it? Yes. Alright, this is part of the race coming from Martin Ascher. He sent me this little replay. It's a short replay. It's not very long, but you can see here in iRacing what this thing looks like. Again, this is a race, but, and this is one of the issues. So now Martin isn't in the car. He's not driving. His teammate is driving. So his teammate is driving. This is the information you see in the pit wall. So you can see the leaderboard. If I switch over to class, does it work? Class is broken. I told you guys it's broken. I need to fix it. But you can see on the right hand side everything. You can't see the position of the car. You can see the functions of the car, the TC and all that, but you can see lap times and so forth. But this is only because Martin isn't in the car. But you can see the iRating, you can see the incidents, you can see throttle inputs, gears. It's just what I get from iRacing. But you can see how it works as well. And let's go now to a different let's see, what is this? This is a race, right? I also included Daytona 2011 right before the 24-hour of Daytona. I added the track data, so now you have it there. And as you can see, this is pretty much what you would see. This is, I don't even know who's driving here. Fowler. This is a race. This isn't the 24-hour race, obviously, but you can see what it looks like. And if I move just a bit forward, so this track may not have any track data regarding delays, and let me check on that just to be sure. I'm curious. So this is the Daytona 2011. Lovely track data. Data, iRacing, Daytona 2011 road. Time, there are delays, but it's for classes GT3. So this may not be, yeah, so this is an issue with how classes are named. Let me just check what it is. There's not much I can do here. So let me see what the class names are. In class, yeah, so I'll just show you guys. I'll just pull it up here and switch over. So look at this. Car class, null. This is what iRacing does. So since this whole race is a single class, if I switch over to class, you can see it's just a single class. It's not multi-class. iRacing doesn't send the class name. That's complete and utter bullshit on iRacing part. Not sending the class means that I don't know what to pull in, and I'm not retrieving any information for the data, because maybe I can have it. No, it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right. Like, honestly, it should deliver class, but it doesn't. If it was multi-class, it would deliver the class name. But nonetheless, you can see the name, turn names are there. sectors, track, turn numbers all around. Everything is working as it should. And again, it is friggin' smooth. Look at this. I'm so happy for this. I am so happy. I'm stoked, honestly. You might think this guy's crazy, but most likely you're right. No, I'm not known to be very sane. But it is...
Subscription from Gary.
Gary Gavlar, welcome to the lovely family, man. One thing that people may know or not know is how much time I've been developing the pit wall. And my main concern was always performance. Performance was very poor, and the one thing I had was it was also degrading. So the problem was if you left it on for an hour, you'd have to reset it or refresh it and get it running again. This is not the case. I left the Nordschleife race last night for 4 hours. It was a replay, but for 4 hours. It didn't miss a beat. Someone is in the last place. What happened there, Mr. Fowler? You can see flags, you can see temperatures. Turn 5, the name or whatever that is, it's coming from the track data, so I don't really care. Whatever you have in there. If you want to put names, you can edit the track data. It's up to you guys. Hey, Federico. Thanks, man. We will talk tomorrow, maybe, Federico. And now you're with your actual account? Right, you're confusing me, man. This is so nice. And just so you know, planned updates, things that I want to do, is right now I have 2 pages overall in class, so now it doesn't change because it's basically the same exact thing. Why is the name different? I'm probably using the wrong data. New bug. I'll fix it. I'll fix it now. But the idea is that I will also create more focused screens on the pit wall. This is something that I've seen moreover. So right now I have overall in class. So these will always remain as the classic screens where you have all this information. But to make it a bit more useful, I want to create a screen that has the graphs only. So you'd see your throttle and brake, gear versus RPM, speed versus RPM, and steering versus throttle. Graphs really large, and only that. I'm thinking out loud right now. A version of the screen without the map so you can use it for streaming, because I know a lot of you have been doing it and it looks really good. So put your OBS screen instead of the map, because you could use the one that already exists with the map and just cover the map with your video from your screen, from your stream. But why have the map running in the background? Why have that being resource intensive? So I'd remove that. But again, all of this, the pit wall will be enriched with more information. And of course, moving over to more sims. It's not really hard now, to be honest. This is why I'm so friggin' excited about this whole development process that has led me to this point. The fact that it is working very smooth. The fact that I can use the widgets coming from the dashboard, which means I can now move it over to the other sims without having to think of recoding and redeveloping everything. It'll just work. So the pit wall will have a really good development curve now. Now that this is fixed, it will start seeing a lot more improvements and a lot faster as well, to be honest. And like the pit wall development and the dashboard development can cross paths now. Up until now, they were working in parallel. I couldn't cross any path, so I had to redevelop everything every single time. But now, like the radar in the pit wall, I can just copy and paste it in the dashboard and update the configurator and do all that stuff. But it's just an option, right? I don't need to redevelop anything. I just copy and paste it because it's using the same code. All right, let me check the name. Let's move over to the coding. I saw that in the overall, that there so I can see it, I'm using track name and track data, which is correct. Correct amundo, and track segments is also correct. Track med, okay. But if I go to the class, track name was the old one. So I'm assuming this is not using the new stuff. It's not using the new data. There it is. And again, it says Daytona now. But I can, if I want to, change the name of the track data, the repository, and it will update it. Like if you don't want to see Daytona, you want to see something different, which might make more sense if you're using it and it makes sense, you can update the track data and it will update the dashboard as well. Okay, this was the same, so there's no point in that. That was actually working. Hit save, hit wall, and refresh. And now you can see it's called pit wall test. That's why it's giving that error in the idle screen. So now if I switch screens, it should say Daytona. Yeah, it does. Okay. So now the data is correct. T5 on both screens. Perfect. Blue flag on both screens. It is working. Yeah, baby. Time isn't working. It says 00, but it's on the dashboard it says noon. Did that change? No, it doesn't change in the dashboard either. So it's not much I can do then. Do we have local time? Then it's funny how things you can't get in the data. Session time left. Current date time, that's actually the real life time. We don't care about that. It's funny how we don't have, like, say, the time of the session in iRacing. If you go to specific time, 10, 10. I'm looking at it, you can see it in the little mini screen. Doesn't really make sense for me to share more. Session time left. Yeah, session time 900. The hell is 900? Session time 900 seconds. 900,000 billion gazillion seconds. Time of day is 12 p.m., but it's not changing. I don't want to deal with it. It's iRacing's thing. We have the track name. Let's fix. Let us fix. Let me go back to a different replay. And I want to fix the part where we're showing the rings where we shouldn't be. I need to go back to Assetto Corsa. Was it in Monza? It was in Monza. Alright, so I'm pausing the data and switching to my coding environment. And yeah, let's see what we have. Let's go over to the overall page, circular graph. And these things, just so you know, which is pretty cool. The rings, they're programmatically added. So if you have, like, I think it's maximum 3. If you have 3 times in the track data, it will show 3 rings. If it's 1, it'll only show 1. So it's pretty cool the way it works. I just need to figure out how to not show anything if there isn't any data. Visible do I have is not quality. Okay, I need something more there. Repetitions. I don't care about that. The problem is, and let me help you out here. Let me pull up this so you guys can see. So the problem is if I don't have a best lap, I think. You know how the rings work. You know. Let me check something. I think it's the last lap I'm looking for. Actually, let me, before I even do that, what do I use here for the value? So driver best lap, driver last lap. Let me get these and use that and pop those in here. Actually, no, I don't want to pop them there. I want to pop them here and just check them. Return driver best lap. If it's zero, it's zero, and driver last lap. They're both zero. Perfect. If it's not quali, and driver best lap is greater than zero. Sorry, I need to put that there. Or, so either of these will give me information, or this driver last lap is greater than zero. Then it should work. Okay. So if it's not a quali session, and actually if it's quali, I don't really care at this point because it shouldn't be showing these anyway. I might not need to add this. But anyway, if driver best lap is more than zero or driver last lap is more than zero. So let's just see what this thing will look like. Let's go back to the pit wall and refresh the pit wall. It should hide them now. Should. And the moment I cross the lap, start finish, should show it. Not this one. So this one is the start of the race. So let me go. Just fast forwarding. So now when I cross the line, okay, there it is. There it is, okay. Even better. So when there is a best lap or my best lap, it shows them. This is actually working even better. I don't need to cross the line myself. I don't, as long as there's some information from somewhere. So check it out. So now I don't need to. It's like the first guy that crosses the lap. There is a best lap. And that's what we're going to use. So now it's not showing any of the rings because we don't have any information. But the moment we have information, it shows the laps, the rings. Let's see it. 1, 2, 3, perfect. I think it looks good. I mean, there's no need to see that information beforehand. Tis good. All right, and I think the one bug that I really need to fix and figure out is the leaderboard doesn't always show correctly when in class. And I saw this. Where was this race? Not the Monza race. Was it the Nürburgring race? I think it was this one. Yeah. So I started racing. I was the end of my pack. And then I got hit. Or I hit myself. I don't remember what happened. And I dropped behind. I think I was hit to turn 1. Really? I was here. Okay, let's just have it in the beginning. So this is where I started. If I go to the class only, mistake. So what the problem here is this. My class, it's 1, 2, 3, and goes up to 13, which is my number. I'm the last driver in my class. And yet here, it shows me as 17. 5, 6, 7, 8. It doesn't show the rest. I need to work on this. I need to figure this out. Probably not going to do it on stream. Probably. Maybe I should. Probably won't. All right. Let's take a look at it. First, oh yeah, I need to do this. Grab this and also move it into not this one. That's a widget. All right, so it's there in both classes. Good. But I need to look into the. I'll just look into it now. See if I figure anything out. So the overall works fine. Overall works fine. The problem is with come on. Problem is here. Class only. Labels top 3. The BG, you don't care about the BG, and 4 to 8. So this works okay. 4 to 8 does not. And row race is the problem. Yeah, this is going to take a bit of time to understand what's going on. But either way, I'll fix this thing. And if it's a problem when I release it, I'll let you guys know. But I will be releasing this dashboard anyway on Friday, whatever the results of this. I just need to figure it out. What the problem is. Hey Jeff, how you doing? How is my man? Jeff, kind of happy with the bot working on the Discord, huh? Did you notice the log that I put in Discord? There's the cleaner log. My God. So much spam on Discord lately. So much spam. So what we're doing here, I need to remember everything that I've done, honestly. So what we're doing here for 4 to 18. So 1, 2, 3 is separated. Always see 1, 2, 3, top 3, and then see 4 to 18. So these are 15 numbers, 15 drivers, and we always see those. And then there's the quali and the race list. So now in the race, we're having those issues. Why? So this is actually working, I think. Returns visible. Yeah, this is working fine. But for each one, actually no, is it working fine? Where's the Zipitoile? So here it is. I'm P13, so I am missing a few drivers here. Why? Why am I missing drivers? The driver available, repeat index, and LD board scroll 15. So this is a code that I've written here that basically manipulates the board. If it's 15 height, always keeps you in the middle, which obviously isn't working now. Driver car class equals car class. Huh. Interesting. And if it's null? Damn iRacing. I get to iRacing later. So let's see if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if it's 5, what happens? 5 and 5. Nothing. Nothing out of the ordinary. Lovely board scroll 7 plus 5. Nothing. Hey Stelvio, how you doing, man? This is odd now. Position should always be positioning class. It's actually returning this information. Okay, wait a second. And then it's negative. Okay. So let me run this replay. Oh shit. It's the Nordschleife. Okay. Okay, so now this is the problem with the Nordschleife. It's such a big ass track. Now I'm nowhere. I'm P13. 13, so there's something definitely not right here. Yes, it should be. Which one did you get? Did you get the standard one or the gold one? I think you got the gold one, right? No, you got a standard one. like the one I'm wearing. I don't have gold ones. I've said this. The gold t-shirts will be uber exclusive. Like one per gold member. I won't even have one. Not even I have a gold t-shirt. Now that I mention it, maybe it would make sense to have an actual gold t-shirt. You know, like shining bright. You know? Little like, what do they call those glitter things? That'd be so nice. No, but honestly, I don't even have a gold shirt. It'll be exclusive only to gold members. Gold lycra. That'd be pretty cool. Spandex. It'll be comfortable at least. This is the only issue. This is the only issue that I have right now, at least the way I see it, and it's why the class isn't really working as it should. So the overall works perfectly fine, but in class it gives me this weird hiccup. And let me try. Do I have I have a really old race. This is a race, but then again you can see this is working okay because I'm not beyond 13. Do I crash or anything? No, I'm still up front. Something's gonna happen. This was an AI race. Towards the end of the race now. I finished P4 there. That's good to hear. Standard first, gold. Of course, gold is heavier, man. Can't expect it to arrive in the same car, in the same vehicle. So this is working okay. I think it's the Nords, maybe. Oddly enough. How can I debug this? Debug. So what is happening here? In the class only view, 1, 2, 3 is working because obviously it's simple to have that, but 4 and beyond has a problem. Maybe I don't do anything weird, I just show the leaderboard. So what is happening here is, and this is how the dashboard works, the pit wall. So let me make this a bit larger. And maybe just move over to pit wall just so I can explain. So 1, 2, and 3 are always top 3, either in the overall or in your class. Always the top 3. And after that, it goes for the next 15 cars, 4 to 18, basically. Inclusive 4, so it's 15 drivers. And it just shows you that chunk of 15 drivers after 1, 2, 3. But what happens is I have a script that determines where you are in this lot, if you are in the lot, right? Maybe if you're first, it's fine. But if you are between 4 and the rest of the grid, it always positions your driver in the middle of this pack. Or if you're like P5, it puts you on top. If you're at the end, it puts you at the end. But it usually tries to maintain your position, keep it in the center. So let's say, as you can see here, I'm P13, and it goes 1, 2, 3, and it's 6, I think. I can't see it up there. Yeah, it's 6 until 20, and it keeps my driver, which is in P13, in the center of the board. There. Keeps it in the center of the board. Now this is how it should work. But when you move on and go to... That's odd. Okay, but when you go to the class only version, it kind of messes up. And I know I'm probably doing something wrong here myself. So the driver what? Wait a second. What is this? This is true? Is this true? Oh, this is the BG. BG. Okay. Screw that. But why is there a driver race? Okay, I think I understand. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the script again. Jeff, you really want one of those? I'll get you, I'll make this t-shirt in a wife beater design. And, I never really understood why they call those wife beaters. What a silly name. But anyway, I'll find you one in a wife beater design t-shirt. And, get one of those. I'll actually have it stained under the armpit and put like some tomato sauce here, left and right, and then put all the logos as well. It'll look so great. I'm gonna need to focus on this tomorrow. I'll work on it now, but I don't think I'll solve it right now. But damn, is this thing smooth. I can't believe how nice this is turning out. I just need to figure out the class only part. So what am I doing here? You can see that it's correctly highlighting P13. It's just not showing everyone. Why is it not showing anyone? This is actually working fine. I'll say this. So this layer over here, is what highlights your driver. So this is actually in the right place. It's not quality. And this looks to find the color depending on the driver position. So it's transparent or white, and it's working. So you can see here, this is actually my position. I'm P13, so 11, 12, 13. This is actually highlighting the right row. What isn't working is this thing over here, which is hiding the rest of the drivers. What do I have? Return driver is player. If it's player, let me just test this. True, false. No. Oh, yeah, because I'm looking if it's player. And this is gonna be false because I'm not in P4. I'm out of water. Damn it. So this is working. What are we looking for? Is driver available? Which driver? Repeat index plus lovely board scroll 15. But also says it has to also be not qualifying and driver. This is the problem. Car class. I'm pretty sure this is the car class problem. See what it's returning. This is true, but it should be car class might be a problem for others. So what I'm doing here might be a problem for other sims because car class isn't always working. Unless, does this always return a car class? GT3. Interesting. This might be wrong here. You know what I want to do? I want to test if I go, what does this give me? Car class in iRacing. If iRacing doesn't have a property, does SimHub know? Knows it all cars, it's not a class. Daytona? Null. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. That is going to be an issue. Now caffeine, man, it's 11, it's almost 11 p.m. here. No more caffeine. Look at that mess. Wow, what's going on there? Class? Overall, hasn't started. What do I do for the class? No, man, it's something different here. Oh, man. Okay. Save. I need to fix this. I need to fix this thing. So this is correct. Position is not correct. Why am I... What's wrong there? Interesting. This may solve my issues. So now if I hit save, this should say 13 out of 13, and let me check the rest. "13 out of 13. Okay. That works. So now this works. 13 out of 13. This actually works correctly, which it didn't. Show what it says here. Driver is available. Which driver? Repeat index plus scroll, and it's not quality, and driver car class. This bit here is what's concerning. Prop car class. This is my class, driver car class for whatever I am, whatever the driver is in, plus that. So this, I'm going to replace this with driver car class and my car class. So this driver car class for my position. Let's see if anything changes here. Maybe, maybe not. No. That is weird. So that's returning false, but why? That car class with my car class, it's not right. Huh. Should show all of them now. That is correct now. Okay, so that is a problem. So this thing over here is actually a problem. It says driver car class for that driver is equal to my car class. Only then show it. I shouldn't do this at all. This is a problem here. Why is it false for 6? GT4. Uh-huh. That's why. Because we're confusing. Oh, shit. Am I doing this thing wrong? This is actually okay. It's not doing anything stupid. What am I using? Could that be it? I had made a function and I didn't use it. I had made a function and I wasn't using it. But now I have another problem. Why isn't it showing my driver? I'll figure that out. So now it's showing it. It's just not showing my driver now. Overall I'm P20, but here it should show P13. Okay, I got this. I got so far. I mean, I got so far. It's hiding my driver. So what is it? 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's always true. It's not right. So repeat index is 10. Yes, okay. Okay. So the leaderboard, this is actually true now. So P13 is actually GT4, but we should, oh, okay. I know the problem is, but I don't know how to solve it now. Because this is getting class equivalence and class position. It's getting the leaderboard for P13. It should be class only. It says max scroll is player class opponent count and current position, player class car class position. No shit. And now it's not doing that. What it is doing is comparing P13 overall to the class position, which is wrong. This is wrong. Because doing car class, insert function. Wait, car class, is there a car class? Car class. Driver car class. This is going to be a tough one. What time is it? 11. 11. This is not it. So what I'm looking for... so now I'm going through all of these. The list. But it's not going to show it to me. We got that one fixed, but I don't think... Let me check the rest. My God, I have not done the entire thing, have I? Did I leave this in the middle? Really? Problem is, and this is, I don't know how I'm going to solve it for class only leaderboard. Oh man. Oh, okay. Let me save. So, okay. Shit, do I do the rest? Funny, this is actually working. I just don't know why it's not working. That's done. Here, the problem is that it's going to P13. So it's basically 11, I think. And it's checking to see if that position is the right class, and it's not. Doesn't skip it though, that's the problem. Okay, so what am I doing here? I can't, can I get a list of only? Driver available for that position. Player class, opponents count, player class. Driver available. They are available, but they have to be the same class. But the problem is the lists. I'm not getting a list of only the class. I'm getting a list of everything and checking against the class. That is wrong. That is wrong. That's why the problem exists. Fuck. Okay, so this is the problem. I found the problem. I don't know how to solve it though. Problem is that I'm going through, I don't have a list of only the class players. I'm bringing in the entire list of drivers. But I may need to jump off the stream for testing. It's already pretty late, but I need to do some testing on the driver swap. But we'll see how that goes. See if Daniel pings me back. So the problem that I have is going through all, but it's not showing me only the class position. It's the way this thing is built, which is a problem. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to solve this. So, I'll solve it some other time, maybe tomorrow. But, so far, we've done some progress. Fixed a few things. Still need to fix that. So the problem, again, I'll reiterate, the problem is, as I'm going through the class-only leaderboard, I'm iterating through every position and showing it only if it's the same class as mine. The problem with this is that when I get to P13, as you can see here in the bottom left, P13 is GT4, and it decides, you know, we don't want to show it. It doesn't bring me a list of only the cars that are from my class. It just does the leaderboard stuff, which makes sense in a way. Don't like it, but it does make sense. I just have to figure out this. What does the player class position do for me? Hold on. No. Whatever my position is, it's this. It should say 13 now. And it does. Take that and put that there. Class, 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 class. Not entirely confident I will fix this tonight. It is an inherent problem of how I'm building this leaderboard. Looking down here. So P13 is actually GT4, so it's hiding it. Showing it now, but it's only showing it because it's looking for driver as player. Not sure this is fixing it. Yay! We did something. Position, though, should be class position. So it should be 4, 5, 6. It should work exactly like before. Nope. Nope. Because this is bringing in the class. Driver class position is supposed to be the leaderboard. So then I just have a repeat index. That should work because we know these. It's just series. Oh, but it can't be. 4? No, it should. It should work. It should be simple. Yeah. So we got that one fixed. Driver number. Driver number. Why don't we have the driver number? Oh, it's 0. Oh, we don't get the driver number anywhere. Interesting. Driver car number is not working anywhere. It's probably data coming from SimHub that's wrong. Again, not SimHub's fault, but so what's driver car number? See, it's 0. It is 0. Let me see if we get some information later on. No? That is so odd now. I'm probably going to delete that. Honestly. I don't think we care about the numbers here. I'll leave it like this. And let's see if now this is overall position. It says 15, but it says 20 here, which is a problem. But not so much because we're still kind of in the beginning. This solves itself as you're running. Gap to leader. Okay, this kind of makes sense. So the gap is gap to leader, but interval should be okay. So the other one we need to fix the interval. Format time short, gap to leader. Driver, leaderboard position class only. Minus driver, gap to leader. What am I doing here? I need to understand this. So when I'm in class only, I want to see the gap to the guy ahead of me. Which that's not right as far as I know. 0.32, it's to the guy ahead of me overall, but to my class it's minus 3.45. So what I want to see here is the class ahead of me. How do I get the gaps? I know I fixed the gaps in the dashboard. Get class opponent ahead. Oh, it's a script I wrote. Driver, get class opponent ahead. Well, if this is minus 3.45, then it's okay. See 3, the guy ahead, and 32 is 345. Minus 681, minus 6. That's wrong. I don't know what I'm doing now. How can I have driver gap to player? Gap to class leader, we got that. Gap to class leader. And this is delta to best, doesn't really matter. Is it I'll leave it like that. I'm not getting into that. So if you're doing qualifying, it will show you your gap to the leader, the overall leader. It doesn't matter if it's your class or not. It's not right, but I can't deal with it now. I'm trying to figure this out. So now, if it's not quality, it'll show you the gap to the class leader, which makes sense. But the interval, I need to figure out how I can get interval to a specific class. Class driver ahead. Opponent leaderboard position behind. This is relative to me. That's not right. Gap to player. All right, so it says return get driver relative gap to player combined. Let's see if this is going to be the right one, because it has driver gap relative to player combined, and get opponent leaderboard position, player class only, to this position that I am in now. It's not going to be right. It's not going to be right. Okay, I know. It's not going to be right. It's not going to be 345. It's not even going to have anything there. Because this -1 looks like I won't be doing any testing tonight. Great. 345. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Seems to be working fine. And 752. And 23 away from the first. Okay, this is as much as I can push for today. I think it works good. I have found another bug in the dash, which I want to fix. I'll do that now. I don't think I'll be testing. Daniel's not around. So let me close this. Alright, I want to work.
New Ko-fi subscription from John.
Oh, thank you, John Young. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna end the stream. I need to fix a very minor bug on the widget, but I wanna go get something to drink, and I'm all dried out. So I think this is where I'll end the stream. So we worked on the so this is what first of all, let me move over to my lovely subscribers. And this is what you will be getting on Friday. Lovely dashboard 2.6.5 with a complete changelog that's in the roadmap. There's quite a few updates, to be honest, and a lovely pit wall, beta 10. The main difference in this pit wall will be performance, and will also support iRacing. So it's a fairly large update and has class only. This is what I was working on now. So expect these to come on Friday. And yeah, I think that's it. I think so. I'm kind of like a bit too involved now with the dash thing, so I may be forgetting to say something, but I will not forget to say thank you to all my gold members. Alright, Daniel, I'll be right there. So first of all, thank you to Anthony Hall, Augustine Martin, Brandon Honnell, which is the latest golden member, John Hart, Cody Flowers, Corey Wise, Dan Westerman, Daniel Newman, David Beam, Enrique Castillo Bachero, Brian Sparacus, Graham Bapti, Wright, Jeff King, Iñaki Duranona, Jason Rivera, Jared Davis, Stefan Malfier, Kieran Lowe, Chris Rowlands, Marianne Christel, Mark Long, Michael Poliero, Patty Falconer, Brad Jackson, Robert Rowles, Rita Brulman, Sean Reed, Simon Tunin, Thiago Silva, Tobias Hoff, William Martin, Josh Fulton, Mark Worthington, and Mark Gale. Thank you so much for your support, going over and beyond. I really appreciate it. And that's pretty much it for tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I'm in the mood. I really want to stream, but I don't know if I'll be able to stream a race or development. Thing is, I want to deliver this on Friday. So on Friday there will be a big number of dashboards. So all the lovely dashboards, normal, Excel, curved, TK, overlay, plus the lovely pit wall. And yeah, it's going to be a massive drop on Friday. So if you're not a member and you want to try these out, become a member now. Go sign up, become a lovely member. You are supporting this project. You are supporting me and the work that I'm putting in this project, and essentially just helping me out, continue working on this. Without you, this would not exist. So thank you very much for all the support. Yep, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go do some testing now and get some water to drink. All right, thank you very much for joining me. It was an amazing stream. We had around like 20, 30 concurrent viewers at some point, which is kind of like a record. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. See you tomorrow. Bye.